What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we are going to go over the critical jobs report that just came out this morning. Want to address what was said, why there's some good news, but there's a lot of bad news here for the US economy, because at this time the Federal Reserve cannot afford to slow things down but get things wrong. Here's what we are going to go over today. First, we got to go over the new unemployment numbers. What's happening, right? Got to understand, what is our unemployment rate? Even though it's unchanged, it's still 3.7%. It's still important to understand what's going on. Now, here's what I can tell you. What we are waiting on, we're waiting on in 2 weeks, okay? On December 13th, we're going to have a very big report. This is going to be the CPI report, okay? The Consumer Price Index. This is when we're going to know what is inflation looking like. Is it going to come down off the 7.7%? Is it going to go up, right? Or, what's it going to do? Or 7.8%, right? So that is going to be extremely important. That's in 2 weeks. So what's going to happen between now and then? Well, we're probably going to see markets just kind of go up and down slowly. They're going to stay fairly level. That's at least my expectation. Now, obviously, today was a little bit different because of what the report this morning said. In the jobs report this morning, payrolls increased by 263,000 jobs. The expectation was payrolls would increase by 200,000 jobs. So obviously came in a lot hotter than expected. Now, this right here is something that the Federal Reserve does not want. They do not want to see this many more people getting a job. And why? They're raising rates, which should hurt the economy, not boost it. That's a problem. Now, on top of that, the average hourly earnings, this rose by double from forecasts. That is a problem as well. When hourly earnings are increasing by double what was expected, that's a problem. Because rising interest rates should put a damper on wage gains. However, it's not really doing that. Because we still have inflation, people are getting a little more money, right? Their wages are going up. Now, this is important. This is good news for the American people who are getting these raises. Now they can afford a little bit more. They can afford to live through these times of high inflation. However, for an economy and from what the Federal Reserve sees, this isn't good. Now, we do have some insights as to why all this stuff is happening, why we're seeing more wage increases, why we're seeing more jobs than expected, and I want to address that because in this jobs report this morning, it was very telling as to where the jobs are coming from. They were coming from three notable industries. Leisure and hospitality was one, healthcare was another, and government jobs. Now, we know healthcare was going to come roaring back as employers dropped the vaccine mandate. That was something that we knew was going to happen. Well, it's happening. We also knew federal and state governments were going to be hiring like crazy. There were many people that retired. There were a lot of people that just stopped working, stayed at home with their kids, loved ones, whatever, right? And had a great couple years. But now people are going back to work. Now people are trying to get their jobs back. Now people want to go back into the office instead of staying home, right? Things are changing. But what about leisure and hospitality? Well, here's what I can tell you. The reports indicate that consumers are looking to spend money. Consider this, you've been locked in your home for the past 2 to 3 years. You've been saving money, haven't gone anywhere, no vacations, never stayed in a hotel, nothing over the past 3 years. Guess what? You're probably wanting to get out, probably start going on some vacations, right? Staying in a hotel, taking a flight, right? You're doing all these things. You're going and having fun, going to the movies, going and to restaurants, right? These are things that we're seeing. People are now willing to spend money on experiences over physical goods. Let me ask you this question because I know recently I've had this conversation with my wife and with friends and family members as well, is We've talked about how we don't need anything. Our kids, our children, they don't need anything. They have everything that they've ever wanted, ever needed. Now it's about making memories, going on vacations and experiencing new things. That's what we've been discussing. And now we're getting reports, and I've seen this on Twitter and Reddit as well, is people would rather spend money on a vacation. They'd rather spend $1,000 to go on a vacation than go and buy that new big screen TV. That's a little bit different, but it's something that a lot of people are doing. So let me know down in the comment section below as well. Are you open to the idea of new experiences and creating memories, or are you wanting that new item? Are you wanting to buy a physical product? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now, with all of this, the Federal Reserve is going to be under a lot of pressure in the next 2 weeks in order to continue raising rates. Again, here's the problem. The Federal Reserve came out this week and they said that they're going to slow down the rise of rates. What does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean they're going to stop. It doesn't mean interest rates are going to stop increasing. It just means it's going to be slowed down. Instead of 75 basis points, they're going to go 50 or possibly 25. But they're going to continue to raise rates. It's just going to take a little bit longer. So instead of going 75 basis points, let's say 2 times, right, to get you to 150, maybe they do 50 basis points 3 times. Or 25 basis points, right? They do that 6 times. That's what they're discussing. Now, here's what you need to understand. Not only is the Federal Reserve worried about rising rates, but they are looking into the continuing unemployment as well. And I want to break this down as well, because currently recurring applications for unemployment benefits has gone up significantly. We are now at the highest level we have seen since February of last year. Yeah, since February, almost a year ago, or February of this year, excuse me. This shows that people who have lost their jobs in the past are finding it very difficult to go and find a new job. But why is this? Well, according to reports and according to a lot of people that I've talked to that have lost their job, they're actually looking for a couple things. One, employees don't have the power that they once did. And I remember back probably 6 months to a year ago, and I told you that employees have the power to decide where they work, to decide kind of how much they're going to make, and to go and fight for certain benefits. They don't have that anymore because businesses are not hiring like they used to. Businesses are not going out there and just giving an insane amount of money to anybody that wants a job. They're going to go and find the right person. So here's the problem. If you don't have the qualifications, you don't have the history, the experience, they're not going to hire you. In addition to that, if you're asking for so much more as a salary, you're probably not going to be hired. There's a lot of people out there looking for jobs. Just because you're the first one that comes to them doesn't mean you're going to get it. Before, that was most likely the case. So what can we look forward to in the near future? What should we expect? Well, expect the Federal Reserve to raise rates by 50 basis points in the next 2 weeks. Okay, that's going to happen, I believe, in 11 days on November 13th. In 11 days on November 13th, that should be the CPI report. In 12 days on November 14th will be when the Federal Reserve comes out. That will be their next FOMC meeting. That's when they will likely raise rates. Okay, so expect that to happen. Anticipate we're going to see rates rise by 50 or 25 basis points for the next handful of months. We are likely done with the 75 basis point increases, but again, they're still there. But the problem is that we're likely going to continue to see these for many more months. Okay, possibly 4 to 6 months, maybe a year. We don't know. We're going to have to wait on the Federal Reserve for that one. But the goal right now is to just slow things down, slow down hiring, right? Slow down wage gains. right? We gotta see that. The Fed does not want us to see, more wage gains. That's not what the Fed wants, right? They want to see some pain in the market, and I anticipate we will see some pain in the market. So what I've been telling people, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but what I've been telling some of my friends is be patient. Do what you can to make more money. Sell the items that you don't use, don't want, don't need. Whether it's a car, an RV, an Xbox, it doesn't matter. Sell stuff so you can accumulate cash, because once the market hits the bottom, and I don't think we've hit the bottom yet. I think there's still a lot of pain to come. And once we hit that, that's going to be the time to go back in, to buy things for less than what you sold it for, to go and invest into stocks or real estate and things like that. But again, that's for another time. So that's what I got for you guys today. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But today, this was a very critical jobs report. And I think what's coming could be hurtful for many people, but at the same time, this is what we need to go through in order to get out of this mess. So as soon as we've got more information on that, I promise I'll come back to you and let you know all the latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.